Hi, I've just decided to put my camera on at the last minute. I'm just doing a bit of a flip cup. Don't know how it's going to go, but I thought I'd put my camera on because I'm using some really beautiful vibrant colours and it just might be worth seeing it in action. So I've started off with a bit of white in the bottom of my cup, going from a height to get some of this really gorgeous violet into the cup. It's a little bit heavier than what I was hoping, my paint mix today, but that's alright. I'm going to put a little bit of copper in. I'm a bit lazy and not wanting to mix it up. Had an off day yesterday. That's alright too. Ooh, it's a big cup for a flip cup now. Squirt some yellow in the middle there. Not too much because the yellow can make it look dirty quite quickly, if you didn't know. Bit of coral. Let's see how we go. I'm going to do a flip cup like this. Have you ever done your flip cup like this? Wee! And I think I'm going to put it straight down here. And bring it gently, lifting it up. Got a little bit of air now. Bringing it over there. Over there meaning the other canvas. Coming around here. Let's see how we go. Wow, I really dig the bottom of my cup right now. Can you see it? Nice. Okay, so we've got some gorgeous colours happening here. I'm just going to let them kind of do their thing for a minute. Some lovely lacing and some really, really gorgeous cells. I was very heavy with my base, but I wanted that because I like the, well, what I was looking for was, you know how when you're heavy with your base, your paint gets a lot of movement, and it will look nice because, as I was saying, the paint is a bit thicker today, so it will hold its formations rather than just drizzle away. So just having a look at that. It is looking really, really nice. Just having a think about what I'm wanting to do, which way I'm wanting to tilt to hold some of the composition, at the same time as holding this line here that, you know, really let the audience know that these two canvases are designed to be together. So probably going to pull this one down a little bit to lose that round egg in the middle of the canvas shape, and possibly just pulling this one over here a little bit, or maybe even up, to help the two canvas composition get a little bit of balance. But before we do that, a quick flicker of the torch just to release the air bubbles. Not wanting to do anything with the cells at this point, though I can see that this paint mixture is very sensitive to the torch and wants to respond in kind by making more cells. So bringing this across here, being mindful that I want to keep my edging quite similar so that we can see that it is married to the other canvas. And I don't know how I'm going to go by bringing this over like that. But we're doing quite well at this point. I'm going to let that come off the edge there and then bring it down a little bit. Bringing those cells shapes back. Seeing how far down I can bring that. And I think I like that about now. Oh, my finger's influencing that line. Taking that back up a little bit so it can hold its lovely cell shape. Bringing that over and seeing my two lines here is still lovely and aligned. And now, keeping in mind the most important thing for me at this point is making sure these two canvases continue to look like they belong with each other. I'm going to lose a fair bit of this off the edge. I might just come up this way and see what I can get happening over there before I do that, because that lacing is very, 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 very gorgeous. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to allow this to really be quite big and all over this canvas, so that the other canvas becomes much more of the negative space rather than them both holding negative space. So I have lost a bit there, but allowing the canvas to bring it back over here, and I think that should do it. What do you think? Just going to let that settle for a minute. I've got some gorgeous big cells here, some little bit of fracturing going on there, and the way that the copper is going to dry is going to look sensational amongst this. I really love yellow and pink when they kiss and touch each other. I'm going to pull that off, that's for sure. And you know, I don't worry too much about these things now, you know, where your canvas has a bit of contamination on it. It's so easy to come back and fix that when it's dry, much easier than what, you know, we give ourselves credit for, thinking that the pour has to be perfect and that's it, no more work on your painting. And you know, that's just not the case. You can do many things with your pour afterwards, including cleaning up your negative space and, you know, working on that flush, clean finish if that's what you're desiring. You know, nothing, if you're doing white, like this is just a nice clean white, nothing that a white Posca pen won't fix either. Okay, so I'm going to give this another quick torch and then I'm going to call it done. Whilst I'm tempted to do a bit more work on it, more is less and less is more, or something like that. But really, less is more. And here we go. I'm going to just do a light flicker, not wanting to do too much more to it. But can you see how the paint does want to respond? And in kind, I am just going to allow this white part here to get a bit more cells. So just bringing my torch to flicker onto that and bring those cells out, just to help that add a bit of interest, because it is a duller part of, well, not dull, but there's less going on there in that painting, in this part of the painting. Back over here, I'll do that line there just to help those two sides match. All right, down there. I'm done. We're done. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did.